to the Fishing Adventures podcast. I'm here with my friend Elliot,
Yeah.
Brady, and Evan.
Hello?
My name is Adam, and today we will be talking about Tales from the Sea.
That's in the sea.
All right.
So, before we talk, what kind of fishing poles do you guys use?
I'm not really sure the brand, but I got mine from Bass Pro Shops.
Good job.
Yeah.
It's a nice
How much
pole.
was it?
230, just about.
230?
I really wanted more of an expensive pole because I believe myself to be more of a intermediate fisher.
Intermediate?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dude. Well, what's your biggest catch?
Well, yeah. What is your biggest catch?
So it was about a 6-pound bass. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, it was.
Bro, well, did
Oh.
he use like an open reel or
Well,
a
so
closed
actually,
reel?
that bass I caught off of a fly fishing rod.
Oh, you
Which,
fly
Which, if
fish.
you know much about fly fishing, it's much different than regular just lure fishing,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of technique, you know.
Yeah, so that one I was in the middle of the creek waiting. I mean, so yeah, like you have the pole and then you whip it back and forth like and then you have the fly touch the water each time, and that's where the fish jumps out and grabs it. That's where I got my 6-pound bass. Yeah.
So, why do we love fishing so much, guys? What makes it a popular outdoor activity?
It's so relaxing.
It's a relaxing,
It's relaxing, and it's also goes from relaxing to crazy very fast.
Exactly.
And nothing will ever beat the satisfying feeling of hooking a big one.
Anything
Oh,
can
yeah.
Get
happen.
that right, guys.
Oh yeah.
Anything can happen. You feel that tug? It's game on.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Well, what about you? What's your favorite tale from the sea?
Whoa. Let's just say I was at one of my friend's lake, and there was a legendary fish in there.
Legendary?
Yeah, they call it the legendary Babka bass.
Oh.
Let's just say I hooked that bugger on the back, and I
What?
reeled her in.
What lure did you use?
Ooh.
Was it like green and?
It didn't even
stinky?
matter the lure because I hooked that bugger on his back, and I reeled her in.
Reel her in?
All right.
So
So what are the different types of fishing, guys?
Fishing?
So
well, like I said, there's many different types of fishing. Typically, the main two are just regular shoreline fishing, and then there's fly fishing, and then
freshwater, saltwater,
freshwater,
shark
saltwater.
fishing.
Shark
you-
fishing.
have you guys
Speaking
ever-
Speaking of shark fishing, I want to catch a shark. I caught a shark yesterday.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
I actually caught a nurse shark once and a smaller great Atlantic white shark.
Where do you catch your sharks?
It was in Florida.
Like in the Atlantic or the Pacific?
It was in the Atlantic. Whatever one is out there.
It's the Atlantic.
Whatever
I'm just
ocean's out there, I was out there, bro.
playing. How big was the shark?
The nurse shark was pretty big, man. It was like probably as long
Yay
as
big?
Yeah, but it was pretty big, dude. It was a big ass shark. I mean, that thing almost swallowed the whole boat.
Well,
How
how
I'm
long?
very proud about that.
Yeah. Very proud.
A big old fish.
All right. So as long as we don't get interrupted right now. So what's the essential fishing equipment that you guys would use?
You gotta have a hook. You know,
A hook?
Hooks are
Yeah,
important.
that's
You gotta have a fishing pole and a fishing reel.
Mhm.
Then you got the lures.
I'd say also bait if you like want the small fish that are like good to eat. You might want the bait, like a worm or some bread.
Bait and tackle, not the football kind. That's just what we call certain fishing tools we use to catch them.
Facts.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So what are some of your favorite personal fishing experiences you guys had?
Well, you know, I was out fishing with my dad, right? And there's this fish called a sturgeon. It's like a big old, big fish. It looks like a dinosaur.
Mm,
Caught a big old one on a river.
really?
Pretty crazy, yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That was a pretty crazy story,
It's
man.
pretty crazy, man.
What about you? What's your most crazy
Uh,
fishing story?
So one day I went out. It was nice sunset. It was very pretty. I'm sitting there. I'm just fishing. I wasn't expecting much. I was using a frog lure. It's one of those that
It
floats
floats
on
to
the
the
top.
top.
Yeah.
Like,
And I remember I cast it in. I wasn't getting much, and I was just about to leave. And I remember I cast it in, and boom, a big bass, about yay big,
Wow.
jumps out of the water and grabs it before it even hits the water.
Holy
Dang.
mackerel!
Yeah, and as soon as I see that, I hook it like that,
Yeah.
and I start bringing it in, but not too fast.
Not
You
too
don't.
fast?
You
Not
gotta
too fast.
tire them out. You know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Like,
every
you know,
every
tug
pro fisher
and-
knows that. Yeah.
Every
yeah.
fisher knows that.
And let's just say that she was a big one.
Big old bass.
big one.
Yeah, and what makes it so special was everyone saw it.
Everyone saw it. Like
Everyone
who
saw
saw it? Who saw it? Who saw it?
Everyone was there.
Like who?
Like everyone.
Like who?
Yeah, like everyone.
Tiger
right?
Woods.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, just
Joe Montana.
everybody.
Pedro Lopez.
Everybody saw it.
Walter Payton was there.
Yeah.
I heard you were day trading at the same time.
And I secured a $1,000 profit on my phone while doing it at the same time.
See, so you can relax, do other things, multitask, and
Exactly.
enjoy the beauties
Exactly.
of fishing, being out on the water, simple things like that.
It's like a passive income because you can sell the fish while selling stock.
All right, don't get off track. All right, so we want to highlight the thrill and excitement of the catch, right?
Yeah.
Because we want people to understand how fun it is to have that rush when you
Yeah.
hook a big one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So what are some different fishing techniques, right? You have casting, trolling, jigging.
well,
Yeah.
one of my favorite casting techniques
Jerking.
is called
I love jerking the rod.
the rod. You
That's
know,
my favorite
that's
one.
like so it's like
Right, lots
Guess out.
of different
I mean,
vocabulary.
the jerk bait.
Lots
Jerk
of
bait?
different,
Yeah,
lots
jerk
of
bait's a good one.
lots of different techniques you can have for catching numerous fish. I mean, there's tons of stuff out there.
I really like the spinner baits. It's a little bit like a jerk bait, but
Yeah.
there's this. You have the hook and the little like what's it called? The thing on top,
The spinner.
the spinner. But then on the side there's like a metal spinner that goes around.
So
And it's really useful in muddy water because then the light catches
Oh yeah.
and the fish attract it. And what I like to do is like I like to get a soft bait on the hook, so like the tail movement attracts a lot of the fish because of the sound and the vibration of the water.
That's science.
Dude,
Honestly.
honestly.
They might call him the master baiter right there.
The master
so
baiter.
so what would you guys say to maybe your little brother or little sister who's trying to learn fishing, trying to learn the ropes? What would you show them?
Start with the basics, you know.
Yeah, just start with the basics and just do it. A lot of fishers get intimidated by
The expensive lures.
Yeah, the expensive
Right.
lures, the sharp hooks.
Even at the pressure,
Yeah.
like you want to get a big fish,
Just go out there, enjoy your time.
You know,
have fun. That's what it's all
For
about.
beginners,
Yeah.
but I would say for a beginner, my personal experiences, I would start with using like real bait, like worms and bread, just because it's easier to use. You might not catch a big fish, but at least you'll be catching stuff to get that experience.
Right, and it's nice to be patient. You have to be patient, and
It's
you
a
also
good-
have to have
It
perseverance.
teaches good life skills.
Exactly, and dedication. That if you throw your hook out there, you throw your hook out there, you throw yourself out there. Eventually, someone deserving will come back and bite.
That's true.
Teaches good life lessons.
It does.
Yeah,
Okay.
Also, if
I
you're
like
going
that.
with trying to get good at it, go with someone who's really good at fishing.
Yeah, you
you
know,
learn
like,
a lot.
like a dad or a grandpa. There's many great options for
Mhm.
fishing.
Right, and it's so beautiful and peaceful out there. We want to make sure we also, we like to address the importance of responsible fishing and caring for the environment.
Oh my
of
gosh,
ours.
never leave
Because-
your line out. I
Yes.
always see a bunch of line.
Exactly.
It's
I
like, what is
remember.
happening? Someone could choke on that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Remember, you
I-
always have to have your fishing license when you go fishing.
Facts.
Sometimes I wonder what kind of world are we living in when people without fishing license go fishing.
You know, one time my
That's true.
uncle without a fishing license, he got arrested.
Abreast.
Yeah.
And want to know what I did?
Yeah.
We cheered. Because that's another criminal off the street.
Exactly.
Never go.
Tired.
They will catch you.
They will.
Yeah,
I've never.
seen it happen countless of times.
Every time there's a fisher
Yes.
policeman on his boat, and he's like, "Yo, show me the ID."
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like buying liquor underage. You need to
Yes.
have your proper
All
identification.
right, let's not get off track. All right, so we wanna also highlight and discuss the catch release practices, right? Because that's
Oh, yes.
another important
Yes.
thing about keeping the environment, the fishing safe, right?
Safe.
We want to keep the fish because see, if you take all the fish, there'll be no left for anyone else.
You know,
It's true.
it can be
You wanna
really.
share.
It
You
can
wanna
be
think
really
of others.
tempting when you reel in that big fish to keep it, but like that fish has room to grow. You shouldn't take it out.
It does.
You know, maybe if it's a non-catch and release pond, you can take it.
Yeah.
But like if it's catch and release, come on, grow up. Just put it back in there.
And-
Let someone else have that
And,
experience.
and that's why we're here to kind of address the awareness too of overfishing and our need for conservation efforts.
We do.
Exactly.
But you know what we don't need conservation for? Carp.
Carp?
And carp.
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 Sheep and carp.
You know,
Sheep
one
and
time I caught a carp, and I kicked it across America.
Yeah.
Went all the way to Mexico.
We're all the way back. Send
Good.
them home.
We're actually talking about going nearby a pond and catching all the carp and then throwing them into the
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, we're thinking about coming out at like 9 o'clock and like do it all nighter. We put the
Yeah.
bread and then yank it and get it in, or you catch a carp,
Just cover
chop its
that.
head off,
They're
throw it in
always,
the prairie.
they're always eating those bass eggs.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Not letting them-
Because don't even be fishes, but let's be honest, bass and bluegill are more important than carp.
It's true.
That's true.
They're a lot more fun to catch,
Well, what are your favorite fish to catch?
My favorite fish to catch, like the northern pike or
Another
like
pike.
largemouth bass.
Ooh, one time I caught
I'm
a
a bass
pike.
guy myself.
Not a big bass guy. Whenever I have a chance to catch pike, I love catching pike. But one time, with my first ever pike, my only ever pike, I caught it and I got it in, but before I could take the picture of it, it fell in the bag. It hit the rock and almost died.
What a shame.
That is
I
a
know.
shame.
It was a
Yeah.
good, smaller, medium-sized pike, but it was my first one. It was
Yeah.
special.
Up north, they actually call me a catfish
Catfish?
because I catch all the catfish. They call me that up there.
Well, the
up
catfish
north.
can get extremely big. So what's your biggest catfish?
My biggest catfish I ever caught was about the size of this couch.
This couch?
Really?
It was a
Wow,
huge
really?
catfish. Oh yeah, they should refer it to like a tiger fish. You know what I mean? 'Cause it was just such a big cat.
Oh,
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
it. Catfish,
It was a
tiger
big fish. You know,
You-
and
you-
I had to get in there and tackle with it. You know, I had to wrestle around that fish in there, get it under control, and then I finally brought it back up to the boat, and then we
Can you put your head in it? Like, was it that big?
Wow.
it was very big. I didn't want to put my head in it because it maybe would have bit my head off or something like that. But
That's a big concern.
Well,
Uh,
you touched the
The
whiskers?
the thing with catfish. Now I know since you're the catfish guy, you have to take proper safety precautions when handling with them.
exactly, you have to make sure that they feel comfortable. You want to feel them, ask them if they're, you want to console them because again, we're conserving the fish, right? We're making lots of efforts to make sure the environment is nice and nothing bad happens to hurt the fish
And
in
also,
the environment. Which
The whiskers can be painful. You don't want to hurt yourself while fishing. It like ruins the relaxation.
Exactly.
It can ruin a trip. You get an infection for all you know.
Exactly.
Well,
The
those
proper
germs out there?
education.
Yes.
Yeah,
Before you go fishing. Yeah.
You don't know, you shouldn't do it.
Mhm.
That's right.
My uncle always said while casting that line out.
Tell us down in the comments your favorite fishing story and your biggest catch.
All right, so Brody, I know you're a pretty big adventurous guy, going on these huge adventures for fish. Tell us a highlight of your trip from New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. That was a trip of a lifetime.
Were you up in Philmont?
Yeah, at Philmont area. I went fishing with my girlfriend actually. At
Actually?
the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I never knew
Oh, at
fishermen.
the time.
So you reeled in multiple fish that day. Let's just say
Oh yeah,
that.
I was back to back catching just big ones.
Big ones?
She was super impressed.
Besties,
Super
Yeah,
impressed?
super impressed.
Oh.
Well, what was the biggest fish you caught?
It was about 2 pounds. 2
Pounds? What was it?
Yeah,
What was
it
it?
was a bluegill.
A blue.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a
Impressive.
good,
I didn't know there
That's
was
a
a
big old
fish,
bluegill,
Brady.
Thanks.
That's a big old 2 pounds.
Oh yeah.
It's no Babka bass.
It's
No,
no,
it
it's,
is
yeah,
about-
it's no legendary Babka bass, but
Can you tell us a little more about
Yeah, like, I wanna
bass?
know.
well, see, I was sitting there in the grass, and right, you gotta feel what's around you.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta be one with nature, right? Okay. So I'm out there on the lake, right, out there, just enjoying my time, sitting there, and all of a sudden I get this tug.
Oh, yeah?
Scrap. Was it like
Crazy.
scary? Was it
It's
like
crazy?
whoa?
You
Deep breath,
know?
deep breath, deep breath.
And I said, what is that? I said, that's a big fish. And so I set the hook, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I set it in there. I started reeling,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't. The line was coming out. I was like, whoa, it's a big whopper. You know what I mean?
Like
It's a huge fish. So I was reeling, and I was backing up. I was tugging. I was fighting the fish.
Jerking it.
It was. I was jerking that pole. Oh my gosh, man! It was wild.
Do you have a picture?
And,
You can-
and I reeled it in, and it was a huge fish. I got it in. I took a couple pictures with it, but like I said, I returned it back to its home because we want to make sure the environment is nice.
Of course. I respect
So
it.
though it was a huge fish, the process was nothing different than anything I've done.
You get to work on yourself too to catch that fish. You'd be strong again. Then you have the knowledge of the lure to use.
And I said, just because this fish is big and it may look different than other fish, doesn't mean it's different or should be treated any differently.
I share the picture of the Babka bass.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Look.
see? That was it.
There
It was a huge
You
fish.
just walked- The biggest bass is actually
Wow.
a record.
It was
Wow.
it was
Wow.
enormous,
Wow, right.
wow,
Wow, like-
enormous fish. So
That's
you
crazy.
know, I can't stress that enough that though it was a different kind of fish, the routine is always the same for when you're catching them.
Facts, dude. Like, honestly, sometimes the bigger the fish, the more urge I have to send it back in the environment because I want other people to have the
Yeah,
experience.
you gotta
want other
give
people to catch that
beginners
big
the
fish.
opportunity to catch some of that.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, you know,
Uh,
we should go on a fishing trip soon. We should
yeah,
go, like,
yes.
Hey guys, what do you say?
what do you say? Like, there's a pond by your house,
Let's
right?
do it. I just got
Where's-
some new Whopper floppers.
Whopper floppers?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Whopper floppers.
Where's your guys'
yeah.
favorite dream spot to go fishing?
Brady's pond right in his backyard.
Oh,
It's where
yeah.
the Babcock
Yeah,
Bass
that's
was
where the
found.
I
Babcock
built my
Bass was
own
found.
fishing pond because I just love it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, yep.
Well,
Only legendary.
I say we should go there now. You know,
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
I say it's time to head out.
All right.
So,
Time to head
you know,
out.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Yeah,
We
thank
learned
you
a
for
lot of
watching,
things
guys.
today. We
Leave a
learned
like.
about overfishing, protecting the environment. We
Yeah.
learned about different tales from the water, different experiences you can have. And if you're new to fishing, hey, just watch this and you'll know just what to do, right?
Yeah, and for those experienced fishermen, you know, make sure to comment your favorite fish you caught.
Yep.
You know, where it was caught. You know,
Smash that like button down below and tell us your favorite fish with your favorite fishing story
and
and your
don't
favorite color.
forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to
Don't
subscribe.
forget.
Don't forget. Thank you guys so
Thank
much for
you
joining
so
this day.
much.
I'm Adam. This is
Yep.
Elliot, Brady, and Evan. Thank you.
guys.